Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you for joining me for the Adventures of Biff. Today is a very special episode for me. For those of you that don't know, when I was 15 years old, I found out, I'll spare you the details of how, that my father who raised me from birth was not actually my father. It was quite a blow at that time. And even when I was told, I was told that I was artificially inseminated or in vitro, which turned out to not be the case. Turns out I actually have a living father. I was given a name. And now, here I am at 45. Almost 45. I'll be 45 in July. And for the last 30 years, I've been looking for my birth father. I'm going to try to get through this without getting too emotional. So if I do, don't judge. But anyway, yeah, I mean, there wasn't much I could go on. I only had a name, and that he was in the Phoenix area around 1972 when I was conceived. That's all I had. So I didn't have much to go on. When I was a kid, when I was 15, I went to the Mormon library and went to their they had the big genealogy thing going there, and I looked in this phone books from 72 to see if I could find somebody. I didn't really have any luck there. And then with the invention of the internet, I started looking for his name around the Phoenix area again, hoping that he would have stayed in this area. I just started searching his name on the internet. Again, no luck. Even if I did, the name that I was given was very common. It's not like a foreign name or anything. It's a very American white bread name. Anyway, fast forward to the invention of Facebook. I started posting different, about once a year. I'd get curious because I pretty much had given up, about finding him because I just didn't have enough to go on. But with the invention of Facebook, I started posting things on there like, anybody who might know this person. I gave him some details about the area and whatnot. Anyway, again, no luck. So I'd pretty much given up. And then came Ancestry.com's DNA tests. And I just figured, okay, this is my last-ditch effort. This is my Hail Mary. If this doesn't work, I'm just going to give up forever. And, I didn't even think that I'd find him, per se. I just figured maybe I'd find a first cousin or something that could maybe lead me to him. So I did it. I ordered it at Christmas time. They went on sale for like half price. So I ordered one, and it came, and I spit in the tube, and I sent it back, and I got an email. Actually, I got a package in the mail saying, we need you to do it over again. This one got screwed up. So I did it again. And I was kind of nervous about the whole thing, if I'm honest. So I put it off for a while. Because, well, first of all, I didn't think it was really going to work, and I just thought I was going to be disappointed and let down again. But then I was like, well, hey, if nothing else, I'll at least find out where my roots are from, I've always thought that I was, like, majority Irish. And So anyway, I sent it off again. And this past Sunday, the March 25th, 24th, 25th, something like that, I got the email from Ancestry.com saying that your results are in. So I opened it up, and at first I didn't even see the family members that it lists, that it finds. I just saw the original breakdown of I am 62% Western European, and then 21% Scandinavian, and then a bunch of little ones. Oh, and less than 1% African. So I feel you, brothers. Anyway, then I saw the DNA matches for people. And widely, it was a bunch of people either I knew or I knew by their name. I was related to them through my mom's side of the family. But there was one, and it's kind of funny because he used the South Park screen name. And I knew it was a South Park screen name because it's just kind of this thing. It wasn't like Cartman or something. It was a very obscure South Park screen name. And I was thinking to myself, I don't know anybody. Oops, shit. Almost had an accident there. I don't know anybody on my mom's side of the family that watches South Park except for me. And so there's a little icon on there that says, and it said that they were a first cousin and that it was very highly correct or accurate or whatever. And so, and there were no details. It was just kind of a very anonymous entry onto Ancestry. So, sorry, I've kind of got my phone propped up on my pillow, and there's another pillow that's kind of propping up from the side. Anyway, pillowcase keeps getting in the way. So anyway, okay, there's an icon on there that says contact, and it also says last logged in, and it was like years ago. So I was just like, okay, shot in the dark that this person will even get my message. And then, I mean, who knows? It's probably somebody from my mom's side of the family. Had I known where he was, I probably wouldn't have even emailed him because I would have just assumed that it was part of my family again, my mom's side of the family. But I emailed him and I said, hey, you're showing up as a first cousin. I was wondering if you can help me out. I'm looking for my birth father. According to this, we're first cousins. That would make him one of your uncles, according to my calculations. And again, just kind of shot in the dark. Didn't think I would get any kind of an answer. I barely thought he would even read it, or they would even read it. I didn't know if it was male or female. So I got an email back the next day, very next morning, which kind of blew me away. And he said, turns out it was a male. He said, well, when and where were you born? I have a lot of uncles all over the place. And so I emailed him back and I told him. And I also told him I have this name. I'm not sure if it's the right name. It's just the name that I was given. And you get to see all my collectibles and shit behind me. Actually, that's a bunch of like kind of prepper food stuff, and over here behind me is my movie collection, my Pawpaw's flag, and my Cowboys cooler that inside all my Cowboys cups are in. Thank you, Robert Reeves. Shout out. Anyway, So yeah, I'll just say the first name that'll. So it, Rick is the name I was given. He emails me back. Well, Rick's my dad, and I don't think he made the connection yet. And and he said, and I was born in Arizona too, meaning him. I was born in Arizona too, a few years before you. And I was like, holy shit, could this be my brother? My half brother? And I said, well, I'm not sure how to tell you this, dude, but, and I gave him the kind of rundown of how things happened. And it was, long story short, is I was the result of an affair that my mother had. And I don't put any blame on her or hold any judgment against her. Or him, for that matter. You'd have to know the situation, really, to understand why. But anyway, I said, and I was really kind of thinking that this was the person, that his dad was my dad. And I was like, I don't know how to tell you this, dude, but I think we're brothers. And I gave him the whole rundown, and he kind of emailed me back and was like, wow, this is a lot to process. And I was like, well, do you have any pictures of your dad or you, and that I can compare to maybe see if there's any resemblance? And he my brother was he's in the information technology security field, so he doesn't really put any of that stuff out there, and I'm sure he was very skeptical of the whole situation. And he's not even on Facebook or anything like that. And he goes, but look up my sister. She's on Facebook. And he gave me her name. And so I did. I looked her up on Facebook, and as soon as I saw her picture, I knew it. Yeah, she was me. I mean, especially because she's female, she's obviously a lot more feminine than me. No beard, she has hair. But other than that, if you were to make me a few years younger, we're almost identical. Then I get to talking to him and eventually her. Last night she sent me a bunch of pictures of her family and my dad, and there's no denying it. I've got high school pictures that are a spitting image of him and me. It's amazing. It's creepy. It's kind of because I've never had anybody that I looked so much like. I was raised an only child too, so it's all very strange. But anyway, my brother told my father, who I'm sure was very surprised because he didn't know I existed. My mom hid it from him when she found out she was pregnant. And but I've talked to both my brother and sister on the phone. We texted all day yesterday, between all the three of us. All I can say is a miracle. It's a miracle. I never thought that this day would come, that yesterday would come. I'm actually kind of speechless about the whole thing, and yesterday was quite an emotional day, if I'm honest, because I never thought it would happen. I'd given up. This was my Hail Mary. This was my lottery ticket, and it worked. So shout out to Ancestry.com DNA. If you're looking for a family member, or you're adopted, or like me, have some questions about who you are, do it. It's highly worth it. Highly worth it. I guess that's all for now. Hopefully, and they're in Dallas, right next to my mom's side of the family. So, and those for those of you who don't know, that my mom and the father that raised me have both passed. So, getting any more help from them was pretty much impossible. They died in the early 2000s. Not together, but anyway. So yeah, I mean, hopefully one of these videos very soon will be a family reunion of sorts. Or a family union, because I don't think you can reunion with anybody you've never met before. So I'm still waiting to hear from my biological father. I'm very impatient when it comes to it. I'm very excited to talk to him, but I'm not pressing it, because I mean, I don't know what I would do if I was told I had a 45-year-old son. I mean, first of all, that'd be weird because I'm almost 45. So anyway, but yeah, even if I found out today that I had a 25-year-old son or something, that I didn't know about, I don't know how I'd react. It'd probably take a little time to process. So I'm not pressing it, but my brother and sister have pretty much already welcomed me to the family. It's just kind of surreal. And they say that he'll probably come around very soon. He's just, he's got to process it, and I completely understand that. I held no judgment on him at all. I don't want to, I don't blame him for anything. I don't blame my mom for anything. I just want, and actually, even when I started out this search, 30 years ago, I never thought that I would, become a part of a family again. Or another family, I should say. I was curious. And it's, I've actually satisfied that part of it already. Whatever happens from here on out is icing on the cake. Because I found him, I found pictures of him, I know what he looks like. He is alive, obviously, which I was kind of scared about too. But yeah, I mean, so it was a happy day yesterday. Probably one of the best days I've had in a long time. Yeah, I guess that's all. I'm sure I'll be updating this as time goes. As soon as I talk to him, I might come back and make another video. Tell you how that goes. And hopefully, like I said, there will be a meeting of the family here soon. It's not that far. Dallas is a day's drive away, so at least the way I drive it is. Yeah. Oh, and I also have a younger brother too from another marriage. So, and they all live in the Dallas area, from what I understand. But anyway, thanks for watching. As usual, if you enjoyed this, if this was any kind of a educational experience, anything like that, if you liked it, if you like me, which God help you, press that like button, press the subscribe button, because there's going to be a lot more coming to this channel. Not just this kind of stuff though either. I'm going to do some camping stuff and some survival stuff and some off-road stuff, and it's going to be a whole bunch of stuff, just different stuff. We're still going to find those monkeys in Morenci too. But anyway, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Share the video if you will. And I love you guys. Peace.